Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the Nerdic Pro podcast. How are we doing this evening? My name is, as per usual, Bobby effing Salastar, and welcome just to a general sort of chat podcast where in the background I'll be behaving myself and playing a bit of Prison Architect, a game that I've come to like a fair old bit over the past few years. And so today I'm sort of here just to talk about like a mixture of things, whether it be wrestling, Waterloo Road, Pokemon, obviously gaming, and various other bits and pieces, wrestling, etc., and whatever else. And yeah, so I'll choose a warden. Dylan Kirk. Oops. I'll go J.W. Periwinkle. There we are. That could be my warden for the time being. So I like the prison at large, and then obviously unlimited money, because why not? Alright, let's get this thing started. I've done bloody I hate laugh. Done bloody generate bloody buildings and forests, and a stupid freak. But I need to hire some more workmen to be able to demolish everything, and then I can really get on to doing the rest of the prison and actually building the sodding thing. Yeah, so a couple of days back, the 16th series and the 6th new series of Waterloo Road was released on BBC iPlayer. I've been keeping very well up to date with the new episodes as they've been coming out. The past, 2 years, 3 years, something like that, since they first brought the show back. And yeah, so if I just do it around there, just send the garbage bin, deliveries don't go. Here, so it's a bloody game, garbage. So not gonna lie, I was a bit more invested in this series than what I was any of the other new ones the past couple of years since they actually brought the program back. As well, like the first one that they brought back with the whole Danny Lewis dying situation, that storyline, I thought was good. As that sort of first sort of main series did, or the first couple, what it did revolve around him, didn't it? And not gonna lie, I was kind of surprised to not have seen none of what's his face, the lad that ended up killing Boz. Surprised to see none of him in this series. And if I do some more garbage areas, but yeah, so. But it is what it is, isn't it? So yeah. This new series of Waterloo Road, like, it was good to see. I can't think of the fucking bloke's name, the comedian in it. Can't think of his fucking name to save my life. The bloke who was responsible for Hope's death and for what's the word? Framing Mr. Todd with the drugs for what looked like to be cocaine. And yeah, so flipping heck, got a lot of bloody rubbish on this prison architecting now. Jesus. Right, so if I start building, right, so if I do 2, 1, 2, and then if I do that to make a reception sort of area. Make it a bit wider. So if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the materials that I end up getting, the delivery vans will then take all the rubbish away. 2, 3, 4, 5. I do 2 more on there. That's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Staff door there. And then if I do quick rooms, utility room there, add a holding cell here, add a holding cell there, and then do a building sort of bit here. To do some solitary cells. Staff door there. So go back up. Cell. Solitary. Alright. I do structure. Do one more, and then yeah. a load of capacitors around the energy machine thing. And then if I do demolish walls there. No, what we're doing. So I'm going to want the area around the back here. There. There. Then if I get rid of all this and then do deliveries up here. Piece of piss, happy days. And then rooms, solitary, 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 solitary. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to need to put some cables around to actually power the place, as that would help. Apologies if I sound a bit rough. I've been feeling a bit, the past couple of days. So, yeah, not exactly been feeling 100%. So, yeah. And then water supply. Up there like that. There like that. And then down here like that for that holding cell. There we are. And then offices. And down there like that. And then right. Fuck that. Get it up. Alright. Oh, bloody hell. There like that. Yes. Now, finally. Here we are. There we are. Right. Sorry for those of you now watching live. I've got Prison Architect loaded in the background, and I'm currently in the midst of playing that. Whilst also talking to you guys. Whilst feeling like absolute bollocks, but there we are. It is what it is. So yeah, the whole new series of Waterloo Road was actually pretty good, I thought. I personally had no complaints about the whole thing. Use this bit here as some storage. Then I need some lights to power up the room. So will we get to see a return of Kim Campbell at any point soon? I do hope that we can at some point, as or like an Andrew Treneman, as they were obviously integral parts of bringing the new series back, and it was good to see Jack Rimmer playing a proper part in the new series as well. Obviously, the original head teacher of Waterloo Road back in the the original days of Waterloo Road, and so I'm not going to add some more solitary cells here. Obviously, just around the outside of the reception area. Stop these. No. Stop. Add another layer of thing there. Right, so if I add like a little room here, like cleaning cupboard. For the cleaners for the prison. Then staff, and then rooms. I can't do that yet, can I? Hire staff, all the accounting work. Right. And then get more stuff on the rack. That's what it's called. Right. So that's now done. Demolish that wall. Can I have some cleaners now? Hoorah, janitors. Yeah, then use this as a cleaning cupboard. Hoorah, and then use this extra extension bit as a better thing for solitary cells. Place. Yeah, like that. There. Here we are. There we are. And then if I do another little room, so if I add a little structure in here, that's pathetic. There, and then add this as another storage room. And then if we use staff door, staff door, staff door, staff door. And this is a, shall we say, this is the morgue. In case anyone dies inside the prison. And then this one is a little bit in February. Rooms, and then this could be like a parole room, actually. A visitor table there, and a metal detector there. That can get moved over there. This could be put over there. And then, what was I having for this? Visitation. Visitation. No. Yeah, so on a bit about wrestling now. I don't know about everybody else, but I am personally looking forward to seeing one final time the Dudley Boys versus the Hardy Boys. In a match at the TNA Bound for Glory pay-per-view coming up. For the TNA World Tag Team titles and a fucking tables match. That has got to be absolutely fucking brilliant. Two of the absolute greatest tag teams of all time going head to head one final time. For potentially the Dudleys' 25th World Tag Team title reign. So, yeah, as it was made official, I believe it was this week on Impact. And yeah, like I ain't gonna lie, with the whole invasion angle with TNA invading NXT this week as well, and like, I think that TNA has picked up a lot. Moose has even said himself that he massively prefers this working relationship with NXT than what he did with AEW and what have you. And honestly, I'm not surprised, as you know, you see, because it to me, I believe it's a better relationship to have for TNA with NXT than what it was to have with AEW. And yeah, so gotta add some. Sorry, just doing the reception bit now. There, there, and then if I do metal detector, there, metal detector, there, metal detector, metal detector, metal detector, metal detector, metal detector, metal detector. Yep, and then if I do power supply, yeah, they should be powered. Lovely jolly. Before they get installed. And then if I do chairs here. There. Oh, shit. Yeah, when is the next episode of the Nerdic Pros full like another wrestling podcast? That'll be this Friday. This coming Friday, which will be, I don't even know the date off the top of my head, but the live is currently already created here on YouTube. I believe it's like the 3rd of October, something like that. So go check that out. So yeah. That will be me talking about this upcoming. So this past Friday's Monday Night Raw. This past Friday's Monday Night Raw. This past Friday's. Oh, hello. Ian's here. What we saying? Sorry, Ian. I've literally just seen your bloody comments. Ian, my man. Hey, Bobby, hope you well. With Cody being number 1 in this year's PWI 500, who do you think should be the number 1 female wrestler? Tiffany Stratton or Mercedes Moné? Well, women's wrestling. Well, I mean, you could probably argue Masha Slamovich deserves a spot there, but obviously I don't think, with allegations against her at the moment with from her ex-partner, I don't think she'll be anywhere at the moment. I mean, you could probably say Rhea, you know, does she fit into that sort of top category? I mean, Tiffany Stratton, yes. I believe since she started in WWE, I think she has, well, since she broke away from being Nia Jax's sort of little assistant thing, whatever the fuck she was, I think she has mega improved. Mercedes Moné, I've said it before. I think out of the 4 horsewomen of WWE, so about 10 years back. So you're talking. So Charlotte, obviously, when she was Sasha Banks, Bailey, and Becky. Out of them lot, I personally rated her the least out of them, because I thought she was her in-ring capabilities. My personal opinion, I don't think were as good as everyone else. I think her promos were the worst out of the rest of them, as well. You know, and again, out of the horsewomen, I rated her the least. And she's had all these different titles handed to her from AEW, Rev Pro, New Japan, etc. Pretty much because of who she is. You know, honestly, I'd call me a cunt. I don't rate her. I really don't. I never have done. And honestly, I didn't really lose any sleep when she left WWE a couple of years back. That's just my honest opinion. But I think top contenders for the PWI top women's wrestlers. You could argue Masha Slamovich, you could argue Rhea Ripley, you could argue Tiffany Stratton. I mean, obviously, you know, Willow Nightingale, you know, like, is she going to be up there anywhere? You know, so, yeah. Okay, phone dropping. Do you see the Hardys winning NXT titles and defending them and the TNA titles against the Dudleys? Well, considering that they've obviously got the match with the Dudleys coming up at Bound for Glory, and obviously have the NXT tag title match coming up against the Dudleys as well, that's obviously, you've got to try and think, you know, are they going to have a TNA star bring a set of NXT titles to TNA? Because obviously you've got Trick Williams, who's got the TNA World title in a minute. You know, so are they going to have TNA guys have NXT titles in? So are we now going to see TNA guys have NXT belts in TNA? Because it's already been settled that the upcoming match of Bound for Glory will be Dudley's Hardy's tables match, TNA World Tag for the TNA tag straps. I assume it's going to be. I assume the NXT thing's first, isn't it? So I mean, if that's the case, then it's obvious the Hardys are going over, aren't they? And yeah, taking the TNA tag strap. I'm sorry, taking the NXT tag straps over to TNA. You know, so yeah, you know, as this will give them like the Hardys their 16th tag title reign. You know, which is obviously still nowhere near what the Dudleys or Team 3D are currently on. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, you know, personally, like, if they're playing it out like that and having the NXT branded show, shall we say, first, with the match already been announced for the Hardys and the Dudleys at Bound for Glory. I mean, it's a no shit Sherlock sort of situation that Hardys are taking the TNA and the NXT tag belts if it's for both of the straps as well. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. So for those of you watching live or watching on the replays, if you haven't already, then please do go hit that that subscribe button. Please do check us out on Facebook. Please do check us out on TikTok as well. We'd massively appreciate that. And yeah, so as it will massively help out the podcast. And yeah, so excuse me. Alright, so I now need some lights in this cell block. Ugh. But yeah, when it comes to the Hardys and the Dudleys, I am proper looking forward to that. As you know, it's however many years in the making now. And to have it as a tables match as well, I think is bloody huge as well. And for like another set of tag straps. So yeah, i.e. the TNA World Tag Straps. So yeah. Right, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the Nerdic Pro podcast, I'm going to end this podcast here. Thank you all very much to those of you who have been watching live, and thank you all very much to those of you who have watched after the live. And I shall be seeing you all later. My name is, as usual, been Bobby effing Salastar, and I shall be seeing you all later. Goodbye.